Whether you have 1 or 100 soft synths on your PC, having a general MIDI sound set to go to is incredibly important, whether you're downloading a standard MIDI file from the internet or you just need a set of bread and butter sounds to use on your system. So let's take a look at the TTS-1. As you can see here, I've already patched my TTS-1 into my synth rack, so I'll just go ahead and open it up. And as you can see, we could have 16 different sounds that we can choose from. Now, all of these channels inside of the TTS-1 are identical, so once we learn one, we're ready to repeat that process over the 16 channels. Up top, we have an edit button, which we'll get to in a second. We have chorus and reverb controls, pan controls, a volume level, a preview button down at the bottom, and also our patch browser. From here, I can click and choose what preset I want. It's actually arranged for me by type of instrument, and then I can go ahead and pick what I want. So I've got my piano that I've selected, and maybe I want to hear what that sounds like. So just go ahead and press the preview button. And of course, I also have some strings loaded up. An organ. A bass. And a general MIDI drum set. In addition to that, I can also change the reverb and chorus settings. So maybe on this piano track, I want to increase the reverb. So I'll go ahead and turn that up, and now let's take a listen. And all this reverb is being generated by the synthesizer itself, so I'm not putting any more load on my CPU. On a MIDI track, if I want to go ahead and trigger the TTS-1, all I do is simply select which output I want, so I said TTS-1, what MIDI channel, and this corresponds to the vertical channels inside of the TTS-1 synthesizer. Each channel number represents a MIDI channel. So I'm going to go ahead and pick channel 1, and then I have my bank and patch information. What this means is that I don't have to have the synth open to actually choose what type of a sound I want. So I'll go ahead and pick piano, and then I can perform this using my keyboard. If I want to record it, I just go ahead and arm the track, and press record. So at that point, my MIDI information is inside of the program, and I can go ahead and edit it. If I want to move it back to the beginning, I just go ahead and slide it over. If I want to open up the notation view and edit from there, I can, or the piano roll view, or I can even use the inline piano roll view as well. If I want to select multiple tracks at once, as we discussed before, just turn on the echo, and then turn on echo on another track as well, and this is how I can do layers. TTS-1 is also fully editable as well. I can go to each sound and actually choose, by pressing the edit button, all the different characteristics of the sound. If it's an organ sound, maybe I want to add more vibrato. Maybe if it's a bass sound, I want to change the filter, or if it's a synth sound. And in addition, I can go ahead and preview what my changes sound like directly from this view. I also have an effect control. This is controlling all of my 16 sends, so I can actually choose what types of choruses I want and what types of reverbs as well, all built into the synthesizer. Aside from that, if you want to learn more, of course there's a help button that'll load up some context-sensitive help for you. But for now, that's everything about the TTS-1. So as you can see, the TTS-1 is an extremely powerful synthesizer. Remember, it's General MIDI 2 and General MIDI compatible. Responds to 16 MIDI channels, so you can have 16 or more MIDI tracks triggering one instance of the TTS-1. And in addition to that, it's a great set of bread and butter sounds.